Hey, it's Kenneth Stevens, and I want to talk to you all a little bit about niches. I had a post yesterday. I said niches get riches, and a lot of y'all liked it. And you know, it's kind of just hinting at what I was going to make a video about today. What I mean by that is, if you're starting a business right now, or if maybe you already have a business and your business isn't doing as well as you would like, what you want to do is you want to narrow your focus. You know, look at, okay, what can I do? Who can I target? What can I focus in on so that I can become an expert at this particular thing? You see what I'm saying? When you do that, when you narrow in and focus and become an expert, you will see an uptick, an increase in your business. This is especially true for professional services. If you're providing a professional service and when people ask you, well, what do you do? Well, we do everything. Unless you're a really, really large operation, that's disconcerting to your client. Your client looks at you and says, look, you don't have the capacity to do everything. So that means you're doing a whole lot of things real okay instead of doing one thing or a few things really, really well. You want to be known for doing one thing or a few things really, really well. So to give you kind of a visual example of it, there's a book out called You Can't Teach Hungry. It's written by John Morgan, a mentor of mine out of Orlando, Florida, brilliant personal injury attorney and brilliant marketer. When you look at his book, he talks about the sugar cube concept. And if you think about it, the way that the whole sugar cube concept works is that you have one sugar cube and you have a whole bunch of ants, right, that are on that sugar cube. So if you put it in a law context, because you know that's what I'm most familiar with, if you think about a sugar cube, let's say that, for example, I don't know, criminal defense work. So let's say that criminal defense is the sugar cube and lawyers are the ants. You have a whole bunch of lawyers trying to get criminal defense work, whole bunch of ants on that one sugar cube. And the sugar cube's huge. So there's not a lack of supply. Everybody can get their own little piece, right? Everybody can kind of scratch and get little crumbs and little pieces or what have you, because there's enough work to go around, right? But then over here, there's a small sugar cube. Maybe it's just a chunk that broke off of this one, right? And that's a different area. That's an area that there's no ants trying to get to, right? If you find that area, you could be the only ant on that sugar cube or one of a few that are going after that sugar cube, then you get a much bigger piece. You're fighting over a lot less, there's a lot less competition, and you're able to, you know, catapult your practice or catapult your business. So that's what I mean when I talk about niches. Now, that's not to say that you can't have a niche within a big area. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're doing criminal defense work, don't just say, I handle all criminal defense cases, at least not while you're starting, you know? In the beginning, become an expert at something. I've seen people make millions of dollars handling only DWIs, exclusively DWIs. How is that even possible, right? They have a niche. They're the person that you want to call if you're hit with a DWI. Same thing with drug cases. There's people that only handle federal drug cases. In the context of family law, it's the same thing. A whole lot of lawyers handle family law, but there's some people that only handle high-end divorces. There's other people that only handle highly contested child custody matters. The thing is, you can't grow quickly by saying that you do everything. You miss out on referrals, and people just question your expertise. So find that niche and you know, put it out there that you handle that thing, whether it be, you know, from in a legal context, or if you're selling a product, you know, you want to say, hey, this product is specifically for babies. We make these, you know, these baby products, and this is why we're special. Carve out your space and then dominate that space. You know what I mean? That's a lot better than saying you do everything across the board. Anyway, I hope that this is helpful. You all subscribe to the channel. I'm getting ready to launch a new video series called Grind Life, where I'm going to show you all what it's like a day in the life every day of managing my seven-figure business. You know, when I first started, I only had $2,000 to my name. I had more in bills than I had in money, and now the business is worth 7 figures and it's continuing to grow. I'm trying to build a $1 billion business. I'm encouraging you all to subscribe and watch it, because there's too much on Instagram where it just looks like overnight success. And what I want to show is that success is not overnight. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the time. There's sacrifices from you, there's sacrifices from family, and it's a big deal. And so Grind Life is going to show that. So I encourage you to subscribe. The first episode of Grind Life drops February 5th. They're going to be short videos, short episodes, but it's going to give you a little bit of insight into the grind, into what it takes to build a 7-figure business, to manage a 7-figure business, and then hopefully, as all goes according to plan, to build a $1 billion empire. Y'all stay at it and keep grinding.